Welcome everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today's video I'm going to be going through the support and resistance strategy. Okay, let's get into it. So, what do we see here? Well, we're on the Bitcoin chart, daily time frame. Best way to do this, high time frame, is generally the most significant, okay? So, when we see the wicks, that is the resistance. Why? Because bodies tell the story and wicks do the damage. Or if you like it better, wicks do the damage and bodies tell the story. So we close the bodies at about 115.5. We wick up, and actually a really cool thing you can do is to draw a fib. I will be going in on fib in later videos. However, it's important to reference it, okay? I'll show you. And obviously we are supporting previous resistance here becomes support later down the line. Just keep that in mind, okay? So we can just do that here. Okay, let's go down to the weekly time frame. I will be going into several other strategies, but they will be in different videos, okay? I'm just going to be doing support and resistance for now. And I will be doing some meme coins later in this video, okay? It's going to be a short one. I'm going to try and keep it concise so you guys can understand everything that there is to know, okay, about support and resistance. So, this was the wick on the weekly, the monthly. We've drawn a fib. So each level here indicates that, I mean, look, okay, so obviously we wick up, come down, we come back up, okay, we touch the 75% fib level on the wick. So what does that mean? Well, it means that we're actually bearish. Why? Because there is a fair value gap here, but I'm not going into fair value gaps or liquidity right now. So we wick up and we close down here bearish, okay? And it's probably going to be easier on the daily time frame, okay, to illustrate this for you. So yeah, we come up, close bullish, and then this candle here we reject, close bearish, and then this leg here on the daily is indicative of, well, more bearish intent, okay? Now it's easy to say this in hindsight, but had we not known this price action, where would we anticipate price to go, okay? Well, there was a weekly gap here, but I'm not going into FVGs in this video, okay? So, well, previous resistance slash support was around this area, and we wick up, create this range over here, and yeah, this was actually optimal trade entry on the FVG, but I'm not going into that right now. You come up, we can assume in this area, okay, that we are, so from this point onwards, we know that this is a resistance area, okay? And we have broken structure to the downside, and if we do come back up, it's probably going to be in levels of inducement. Inducement is a concept that if you're in a downtrend, for example, it works for uptrends as well. If you're in a downtrend, you have these kind of counter price action moves in price. You will see, yeah, here, here, here. Overall in a downtrend, okay, where can we expect to support? Well, over here, okay. Well, let's just see what happens. Okay, well, we close, we make a low here, we make a slightly lower low, taking that liquidity, but it's just a liquidity grab, just slightly, okay. You can see how it just closed beneath, sorry, it wicked below this wick here, but it closes above this area of interest, right, this support level, okay. And it's not until this candle that we understand that it's bullish, okay. So where would we be targeting from here? Well, this drawn liquidity, this daily high, and ultimately here, okay. Well, and here, if you want to say that. So we obviously do take that. It's easy to say that in hindsight, but then we reject off of this area here, okay, and we do come out of this range. So we can be looking and anticipate for shorts in this rejection area, in this resistance area, okay, and obviously we do come down. So yeah, you guys could have gotten in here. Obviously, support and resistance is extremely important, but combining it with other concepts, for example, the fib, I will just be doing this and demonstrating this quickly for you, okay? I'll just do these optimal trade entry areas, okay? You can see here, it's actually at the 62% optimal trade entry area, wicks down, closes on it, or above it, just slightly, and yeah, okay. And obviously, you can do another one, this low to this high, this little displacement here, we do touch it again, and we move higher, and you can see it touched the take profit area exactly, okay? So, that's something to keep in mind. Let's move on to meme coins quickly, okay? So, what do we see here? Well, goes to 24 hours. This is just some random coin I have in my watch list. Well, we come up. This is an area of resistance. Obviously, I didn't mark it out because, you know, it's meme coins. Meme coins are always going to go to zero, guys. So, knowing that, we're areas of support. It wasn't until the 4-hour that I saw some you know, bearish candles on the leg up, okay? So this is support, okay, that I marked out. This was an FVG on the 24-hour, which is an area of interest for taking profit should price come down here, which it did. We make a low, we make another low, we make a higher low. Okay, well, I would enter off here. Why? Because we've got this high here, we've got this high here, and plus we've got this inefficiency in price here. And yeah, you don't really need to go into a lot of technical analysis and, you know, price action fundamentals, because it's meme coins. It's generally considered degenerate. Okay, you guys, whoever you've trained, if you've traded meme coins, you will know that meme coins often go to shite. Okay, but should you have entered off here, or if you did, okay, you would have got about 160%. Okay. Okay, well, why would you have gotten in here and taken profit here? Okay, well, bounce, bounce. Okay, well, we're supporting here. High, low. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm going to enter here. And especially with this market cap and around the 5 million level, psychological level, we can target this high, this high. We can even take profit before the FVG, because obviously if you want to be really shrewd, then this is just what you do. You take profit at levels that price would typically go past, but it's not guaranteed to go past, okay? So it did actually come to the equilibrium. It closed below. It wicked up to equilibrium, indicative of bullish intent. You can obviously go down to the hourly time frame to get a better exit, okay? So we close down here. Okay, well, just say you haven't taken profit and you entered down here. Well, even if you did exit here, I personally would have waited, and look, we come back up and we reject and close bullish off of the FVG. So obviously I would have taken profit there if I didn't take profit here, and plus it's at 10 million psychological level. So if I did actually enter off of here and got out there, I still would have got a 2x, okay? So this is what you guys need to do. What do I see here? Well, high, low. Well, we're kind of coming back down. If we do continue to support, I would be looking for another entry. However, we've kind of already had it. And if we do, which we might eventually will, could come back up to this area at 25. But that said, there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. Normally, you would just get on the first retracement upwards. Okay, go to a different coin quickly. Okay, this one here is actually interesting. This one was one I added to the watch list today, 24-hour time frame. Okay, well, we're kind of supporting here at about 1 million, just over 1 million, and our previous resistance is about 1.3 to 2.2. Okay, and if we go to the 12-hour time frame, we closed and wicked here. Okay, you see this? We wicked up to equilibrium of the wick. We came down. That's indicative of bullish intent. Okay, although we haven't closed it, we did come down here. So let's just go down to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, well, we've got this order block here and support and previous resistance, as I said earlier. So had you got on here, obviously you'd go down to a smaller time frame, like the 30-minute, for example. So I wouldn't enter a coin unless it gave me, you know, it's still got high volume, obviously, and it closed above this previous bearish candle's wick, which means it's changed structure, at least on the 30-minute, and that would be enough for me to enter into a position. Okay, and had I entered on that candle closure, okay, and even if I did get here, that's like a quick scalp. In 1 hour you just scalp for like 30-35%, but if you wanted to hold and take these draws and liquidity up here, then obviously you can hold it. Now, yeah, it may not be a lot, but if you're investing, you know, 1,000 or, you know, 2-3 sol, then I mean that's a pretty decent return. Okay, you're making like $400, you know, $600 or something in like an hour. Okay, now you might not have these opportunities every day, but this strategy always works. Okay, you're gonna have coins that don't adhere to this strategy. So if it doesn't have any kind of indication that it's moving up from the retracement, I'll give you an example. Okay, there was a coin that came up and just, let me just find it. Okay, like here. Okay, let's go to the 24-hour. Okay, obviously this is 22 days old. Okay, got this order block here. Obviously we come up, bounce. Okay, boom. This, right, this is where you need to be buying. If we wick and close here, even though it's a bearish candle, you buy that. Okay, because we create this support / order block, we come up, create a high, bounce back down, and we close here. Let's go down to a low time frame, 4 hour. Okay, look, low, you can come back down, high, low. That candle closure, 10 million, psychological level as well, that is where you buy. Okay, well, where would you be exiting? Well, personally, if it's on its leg up, which it, you know, broke its all-time high, creates a high low, indicative of bullish intent. Okay, well, you can get out either here, it's kind of premature, obviously in hindsight, but had you even got out there, your minimum you're taking away is about 74%, okay? Or you could wait until you get a bearish candle closure, okay, and then get out, okay? Well, what would you get if you got out here? 120%, okay? Well, minimum 2x really, you guys are looking at on a coin like this. But on the support, it doesn't support. What's it doing? It's sub $1 million now. It kind of looks like a rug. It probably is a rug. I don't really know much about it, but I added it nonetheless because of the high market cap. And yeah, it can come back up, and it probably will at some point. But if it does not show willingness to support, if it doesn't bounce twice, or it doesn't make a high low, doesn't bounce off key levels like equilibrium or, you know, to support any level here, just discard it, guys. Move on to the next one. Okay, you will find opportunities after opportunities. Okay, now here was one earlier also. Okay, we're kind of making a low here. If we make a higher low, it would be interesting. If we made a, look, I'll get the brush out. So we've made a low, and then if we could come up here, make a higher low, and then we come up and take, or at least reject off of that FEG here, that would be great. Okay, just say that did happen. Okay, just say you got in here, got out here, 140%. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but just for you guys, it's definitely possible, okay? So, that's the end of the video, guys. I really hope you took something away, and I'll be back with some more concepts and strategies to make you guys money, okay? Do this for yourself, go into your own charts for meme coins or, you know, futures or whatever asset class, and just try it, okay? It's a game changer.